Hello and welcome to Darius Tabletop, and today we will take a look on how I painted the Brad Pitt Fury Sherman. And let me show you. I think I'm proud of how it came out. Maybe on the video and through this smartphone camera, it looks better than in real life. But then, so be it. I will just talk you through the process. I know there are some painting tutorials like Sonic Sledgehammer and Pete the Wargamer, but I would say I can and I am a teacher sometimes, or most of the time, but I'm not a pro at this, and so I will just show you what I did, and then I think you should see what you have to your disposition and do it the best you can, and also model it in your own taste, because there are many different things. There are many different ways to do a thing. At the beginning, and that's what I did, I copy, and you try and learn your craft. And then at the end, I wouldn't say you can freestyle, because I'm a comic artist and a painter, and we always look up reference. So that's the sign of a pro, that you see, okay, how do other people do it? But the sign of a pro is also to improvise and find your own style, which comes then later in the game. So I had fun, again, painting this up. And I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of the movie Fury, but it's definitely a cool movie. I am a fan of Brad Pitt. I like him in almost every movie. Mother Lovers, good looking, and also delivers. He has a certain charm and coolness about him. And I have to say, the Sherman also grew on me. And okay, let me put this aside for a second and show you what colors I had at my disposition. And probably didn't even have the ideal colors, because, yeah, well, there's also a sandry dust somewhere, but you don't need to see that. Well, I can get it. Like, where's the sandry dust? Okay, here's the sandry dust. Okay, so I wanted to paint this in an olive drab, because on the back of the Italieri kit there is definitely a recommendation for colors, and there are like 5 colors, and I think most of them are Vallejo. I love the Vallejo colors. I have to say, these kits, like the German armor, the American armor, the infantry, I love these ones. Like, this is cool. Not every color I like the saddle brown isn't as bright as this one, and the chocolate brown I rarely use, but the refractive green I used for a lot, and also the buff and the dark yellow and the German green is very good, and you gotta try out, but these are very affordable and very good. I also have to say, I do love the Citadel paints, but yeah, the pots are sometimes kind of strange. And I love the dropper bottles. And as you can see, I have some Vallejo. But lately I'm also very in love with the army painter. And yeah, so I'm mixing things up. But just that you can see, like, I think I will go for more army painter stuff in the future. Maybe also Vallejo, and maybe a little less of the Citadel paints, but I like them too. So you take what you have at your disposition. I went into my local hobby store where I bought this for 20 euros. Check out the link down below, because there's an Italieri kit for the Sherman that costs just 20 bucks, 20 euros in Germany, and probably around 20 bucks where you live. It's not the BoltACtion kit, it's just a normal Fury, but I didn't need the BoltACtion kit, which comes with some flame markers and some different decals. I just took this one. And so I wanted to buy some olive drab, but it wasn't really available. So they gave me the olive green, which isn't the green that should go on the tank, and then I got another olive green, which looks completely different and is also not the color of the tank. And then I got some dark green, and yeah, I kind of took all the greens I had and mixed them up. But I have to say, probably if you have wait a second, the refractive green might be very good, but it's a bit dark. It's missing the olive tone, and I had also some citadel paint, something like Catagen green or something like that. And yeah, I guess I primed this green, and I was kind of mixing up the green tone. Usually this should be a lighter green, an olive green, but I liked this military green, and it looks very, very dark on camera, but in real life it looks a bit more olive. So yeah. And what you can do is, I think I have seen a buddy of mine, he started collecting the Brits or the Australians, and he bought himself a primer, Army Painter green or olive green, something like that. And I think I will get that myself and prime my Americans in the future with that. So then I checked out the reference pictures for the Fury. There were videos on the internet or pictures on the Wallet page, and I did put a very dark black. Well, it's not pure black. It's almost there, but it's a bit lighter than that. I don't know how I did light. I think I had on my wet palette a lot of the green, and then I did put on a lot of the black, but it was not pure black. So, and then I did put that on. And as you can see, for the modeling thing, I had two hats. I had this driver's hat and then the Brad Pitt hat. And the driver's hat I put in here. And as you can see, it should sit a bit higher. So I should have put in something to make it a bit higher. I also drew this guy a mustache, and I was thinking about Shia LaBeouf, but I think Shia LaBeouf is the loader and not the driver. That Mexican guy is the driver. But yeah. And Brad Pitt, I put on him some different pair of arms. I had some from my German Grenadier box, and so I had to paint freehand these signs on. As you can see, these are free-handed. Not the best, but yeah. And in the movie, he has somehow darker hair, like a dark blonde. And yeah, I glazed over the sides where the head is shaved. I think I did put there a brown, and then I glazed over that. And then, as you can see, I had a darker tone on top, but it didn't look like Brad Pitt. I don't know. It just looked like some dude. And then I think I took some, I took this color, maybe too bright, like bone white, or you can take maybe a sandy dust, or maybe some skull color, and then I brushed over it to make it look like hair. Again, use reference photos for all the browns on this. I think I used a Mornfang brown. Here you have to kind of paint in the rubber roads and the tracks. I did paint the tracks just with a Mornfang brown. Just Mornfang brown on top of it. And then I had some orange, or I mixed some yellow and orange. Some yellow and red. Why not use the orange? Because sometimes the yellow and red, some parts will look a bit more yellowy and some will look a bit more reddish. And then I took a sponge. Where's the sponge bit? Where is it? Yeah, a sponge bit like this. Like, I don't know where you can get some sponges like this. Come on, focus in. some sponges like this. I took a bit and then I went on my wet palette and I stipulated it on. And on some parts you will see that you can see like some highlights, or it looks like rust. And let me see if I can find better spots. And on all the other parts that look like rust, it's just thinned down Mornfang brown from Citadel, but you can use a similar brown. Yeah, what else? Again, like the chipping here, the black chipping or the chipping on the turret, where it was black, I chipped with my green spots, so it looks like that the black chipped away. Where it was green, I chipped with a bit of black, as you can see here. Then I took a bit of metal. I liked, I think it's Runefang Steel from Citadel Paints. That I have good experience with that metal, and I went a bit too wild with it, as you can see on the edges. And I chipped also a bit of the tracks because like they're metal, and yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Mornfang green all over the place. For the storage, I think I used either a Sandry Dust or the ones that come here. Like here, there is a buff in here or a dark yellow. But wait a second, here there is a German camo beige. I think I used something like this. Whatever looks like a beige tone to you, use that. Maybe highlight it a bit so that you can, as you can see, I have some brighter spots. I would say, I think I did the Sandry Dust, then I put a bit of beige over that, and then I washed it. It doesn't look super pretty, but on the tabletop it looks okay. And I think I used a strong tone for this or a soft tone, I'm not sure. But if you put this on a tabletop, look, like from here, it looks fine. It looks fine. It doesn't look bad. But probably you could have done it better, or could have done better. Here on the logs on the side, with a bit of Sandry Dust, I glazed here the sides a bit so that you see that it's chopped, it's different wood on the inside. I took also some brighter brown tones and streaked across that so that yeah, the woods just look a bit different. I don't know if the camera can capture it, but yeah. For the decals, I took the decals I liked because I'm a huge John Mayer fan. I took the Paper Doll, great song. I will learn it on a guitar. Here, as you can see, I sliced this decal and applied it underneath that thing. Everywhere you see these brown streaks. Again, it was mostly the Mornfang brown and just watered down, and yeah, it looks like that. And here, can you see this orange? I think that was then with a sponge applied. That was this, yeah, you can see it here on the sides. Looks kind of cool because like it's very watery and mixed up, that orange and red. Yeah, it looks kind of good. And I put a German Grenadier helmet on top because I think that the Brad Pitt Fury man would like it. A bit of storage, one of these fuel tanks. In the movie, they're applied, I think, right here, and they have a white X. So at certain occasions, I looked at the movie for references, and here some great job chipping it up. Sometimes less is more. But I'm always the stupid guy who thinks that more is more. But yeah, on this side, the Fury decals were okay, like they were holding. And on this side, the Fury decals were not holding. They always fell off. I don't know what was with the decals. But then I freehanded it on it. I think it looks decent. Also sometimes, yeah. And then I went to Brad Pitt and I used my Vallejo color refractive green for the greens on his, I don't know what you call it, like on the green parts. Just check out a reference picture, and the rest is sandry dust and a bit of buff. And again, I freehanded all of these yellow and blue and red. If you're using his original arms, which I might also suggest because it sure also looks good, like you don't have him to hold an STG. So on those arms, it will be on the arms. You don't need to freehand anything. So I hope you could take some inspiration. Yeah, just do you. And now you have another model which you can look up or look up to, and I don't know, do your own thing and have a great success. I fielded this guy yesterday for my BoltACtion 3rd edition game, and the Easy 8 is definitely decent. I think 235 points. Has a heavy anti-tank gun, 72 inches, penetration 6. Yeah, and kind of no weaknesses. Pretty cool thing. But I think a Sherman with a 3-inch howitzer will also be very good. So have fun, and we'll see us in the next video.